Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about a product that I received in my January BoxyCharm subscription, and that is this Girlactik matte lip paint. I've had a chance to try this for a little bit. In fact, I have some footage a little bit later on of my first impression day with this. This is my first time trying a Girlactik product. So what I'm going to do is talk a little bit about the company. I'm then going to talk a little bit about this product. I'm going to show you the first impression day and then give you my thoughts on it at the end. So I'm going to put timestamps in the description bar down below. So if you want to skip over some of the stuff, you can do that and go to whatever part of the video is of interest to you. Having said that, let's get into talking about Girlactik. And I had heard the name around here and there before, I think because I'd seen some people unboxing things or perhaps using something here and there, but I really didn't know very much about the company. So I went to Girlactik's webpage, I did a little bit of research. Sometimes what I try to do is find information outside of what the company itself is telling you about it, but there wasn't a lot that I could find there. Most of the information that I have came from the company itself. Interestingly though, one of the things that I did see was somebody saying, wait a minute, Girlactik was one of those companies that used to years ago sell their product in the like sort of trendy section of Nordstrom, and it used to be just glitter and shimmer and that kind of thing. Somebody said that they thought that the company had the name be bought by somebody else, but that it was an entirely new company now because the branding looks very different, the products are different. That's actually not true. When I was on the Girlactik website, I sat down and watched a video that was put out by the founder, Galit, I believe her name is, who is the original starter and still owner of Girlactik. It was a great video in some ways. She talked all through the story of founding the company, how they got to where they are, how the name came about, how the new branding came about, how she got into Nordstrom's originally, just everything. Now it was a 20-minute plus video, so when I first started watching it, I was kind of doing some research. I'm like, oh, it's going to be a little bit about the company. It'll be like a 3-minute video, and started watching, and then like 3 or 4 minutes in, I was like, wait a minute, how long is this? And I looked and it's like, oh, this is like 22 minutes. But anyway, I did watch it. I think it was nicely done. It made her very approachable. You really saw how excited she was about the products, and she really did start this company with like less than $2,000 and just a desire to have a good eyeshadow shimmer sparkle product, because her original product was a base that you put on and then a shimmer that you patted on top, sparkles that you patted on top that would stay on your eye. And she went through about how really very homemade this first product was. She worked with a chemist to actually make the product, but about how she bought like the original packaging at Michael's. So all of this went through to say really it was just all about that shimmer product at first. That's what she was known for. That's what she was in Nordstrom's for. That's what she was in magazines for. But then eventually along the way, she matured, but also she was being sort of pigeonholed, or Girlactik was being pigeonholed into the idea that it was a brand kind of for teenagers because the packaging was pink. It was kind of about shimmer. It was Girlactik. And also originally she said, which I thought was interesting, is that in Girlactik, the L and the A were made large because she founded it in LA. But what ended up happening was a lot of people were making it Girlactik, or I guess you watching this would be Girlactik, like 2 words, because it had that capitalized A in there. So anyway, she got to a point where it's like she was getting more mature, she was trying to expand the brand, and decided that she needed to make it just more adult, because she was even looking at it saying it wasn't really fitting her in her life anymore. And one of the things that she said is she wanted somebody sitting down in a, you know, high-end restaurant, let's say, to feel comfortable taking the product out and retouching and not feel like they were bringing out like teenage makeup. And all of that is what led to the rebranding, which is very much the sort of chandelier pattern, much more adult looking, that there's still fun in there, but that it is more adult. I believe if you are in the States that you can buy this in a number of different stores. I think it sounds like it changes from time to time. Like at one point she was in Rite Aid as well as Namie's, and also other stores. These are all American stores, so I don't know them very well. I have never seen Girlactik on the shelves anywhere here in Canada. Their prices seem to be higher than your average drugstore, kind of Sephora level pricing for what they have. On their website, if you're shopping there, you can switch it over to be all in Canadian dollars. I will say it's a little frustrating that I find the website in US to be laid out very well, but if they detect you're shopping from Canada and it says, do you want to shop in Canadian dollars, and you say yes, it's actually it's a different looking website that doesn't feel as sort of sleek as the US one, but it is nice that you can shop in Canadian dollars. I think that's everything I'm going to say about Girlactik. I think they are still known for their sparkles, and after sort of seeing the whole background story, I'm like super tempted to try those, but also known for these matte lip paints. So let's get into talking about the matte lip paints. So this product that we're going to be specifically discussing today is the long-lasting matte lip paint liquid lipstick. If you're in the US going to buy this, it's going to be $23. If you're buying it in Canada, it is $28.35, something around there. This is made in the USA, and it does come in 20 different colors, I believe. The one that I received is in the shade Posh, which I really like. I think it is a beautiful color. So if you're looking at what their claims are about this, they say that it is known as one of the original liquid lipsticks and best-selling formula. From what I understand, they started making these in 2014, so they kind of got in at the start of the liquid lipstick or matte liquid lipstick craze. It says, you are the artist to your lips with the Longwear matte lip paint liquid lipstick. Apply this richly pigmented lip paint on your lips, and within 1 minute it will dry down to a beautiful matte color that will be noticeably dramatic without the dryness or flaking. Your lips are sure to look matteful. Mattiful? And it says, did you know Girlactik gives the most product in a vial for matte lippies? You get 7.5 milliliters, that's more than double most brands. It's not actually something I've paid attention to. It takes so long for me to go through lipsticks that the amount doesn't really matter because it's more likely they're going to expire before I use all of them, which is not great, but true. Especially since they say this is only good for 6 months after opening. Now, one of the nice things is if you want to try one of these liquid lipsticks and perhaps not have the full price tag attached to it, you can buy a mini in many of the shades, which is going to be $12 in the US or like $14.50 in Canada, $14.79 in Canada. It does say you can put on 2 coats of this. I've not tried that. I don't feel like I need to. For me, it really is very opaque when I first put it on. And I think that's everything I want to say. One of the things that I did appreciate from reading the website is they talked about how they were cruelty-free, and they said that they were reapplying for the PETA approved cruelty-free. But I appreciated that they went into why they had been turned down the first time. They say that 4 of the brushes that they used to sell were made with animal hair, and they learned about how even if it's supposed to be collected from a living animal, it's still considered not cruelty-free. They had changed out those brushes and they were going back to PETA to be certified as cruelty-free. They did also point out that most of, but not all of their products are vegan because they do use beeswax and carmine and something else in there, but that they are very clear in the ingredient lists when there are products that are not vegan. So I think that shows transparency in a company that I approve of, or I enjoy. No one cares if I approve of anything. Anyway, that I enjoy. So what I thought I would do now is go into the first impression day of this product, and then I will be back to give you my final thoughts. First impression time of this Posh matte lip paint from Girlactik. Let's see. It's a day where it's a weekend, so I'm going out and getting some stuff done, getting my hair done. I've already had breakfast, so it should be a while before I eat, so I'm not going to put too much wear and tear in it. I think this is a super pretty shade, but also a super pretty bottle. This top is almost like a purple, shiny iridescent, and then this is like a frosted glass, which is super pretty. Just a regular doe foot, and it's got that very sweet, like, frosting or cake batter smell. I'll also say that my lips have been ultra dry lately. This morning I did a lip scrub. I did have a lip mask on for a while to try to get some moisture in, but there's still a little bit of dryness, so that's going to be one of the things that we see is how this goes on over dry lips. Okay, this is always the take a deep breath and try not to go outside the lines moment. Pretty color. That went on super nice. It just glided over the parts of my lips that were a little bit dry. Got a little bit outside the edges there, but that was my fault. That is a beautiful color. That is really pretty, and I really like the way that went on. So let's give it a moment and see how quickly it's gonna dry down. It's gonna be a very glam look today for going and getting my hair done. Also, let's take a look while this is drying at how crazy my roots are right now. I really should have gone and gotten my hair done like 2 weeks ago. So I've got a lot of gray growing in, but I'm really looking forward to having it all back to one color again. It's being a little bit not slow to dry down, it's just taking a few moments, but I'd rather have something be slow to dry down and not be like super sucking the moisture out of my lips than the opposite. Well, so I didn't kiss my hand super hard, but it is dried down to a point now where it doesn't feel like it's gonna move around too much. It'll probably dry down a little bit more. I'm trying to decide if I just did a really bad job over here on this end of my lips or if it's feathering a little bit. Maybe a lip liner would be good. I might just clean that up with a little bit of concealer. It's not super noticeable, but I'm noticing a little bit of that feathering on the edges. So I'm gonna clean that up, see if it continues happening through the day, and I'll do some check-ins and we'll see how this is working out. See you again soon. Hi guys, it's now about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which means I've had this on for about 4 hours now. And yes, I'm looking very different. I went and got my hair done. It feels so much nicer now, having it all back to the color that I like. It's just all feeling fresh and good again, which is nice. And the lipstick is doing really well. I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit and show you what I've noticed so far. So I mentioned when I first put it on, there was a little bit of what maybe might have been bleeding around the outside, but I think that was just my sloppy application because I haven't noticed any other bleeding, and I do have lines around my lips. And it stayed really comfortable. It does not feel drying at all. I mostly just forget I have anything on my lips. There's no tackiness to it, but there's also no dryness to it. I don't find it's highlighting any of the dry spots on my lips. It does highlight my lines a little bit, but that's only so far if I'm looking up close and being really picky. I haven't eaten anything since I put this on, and the only thing that I've done is sip water out of a mug. It's wearing off a little bit on that inside rim. Now, because this color isn't like totally bold, you don't notice that much, but it is a little. But this is like comfortable, beautiful color, staying in place. There was none of it on the mug when I was drinking water. And so far, I'm pretty impressed with it. So before my next check-in, I'm probably going to be drinking a bunch more water. Maybe I might be having a bite to eat. So what I will do is check in later. I'm guessing we're gonna have to, why don't I zoom you back out so we're not this close? I'm guessing we'll have to reapply at some point in the future, so I'll make sure to do a check-in when I am reapplying. Also, this eye makeup is starting to get really heavy on me, so in my next check-in I may be without the eye makeup just because I might take it off but leave the lipstick. And that is this check-in so far. So far, really good. See you again soon. Hi guys, it's the end of the evening. You can't see, but I'm in my pajama pants already. And the lipstick has faded off. Not really faded off, that's not fair. I had a dinner, I was having some Korean samosas, and it's a little oily, and it just isn't even there anymore. I know I said in my last check-in that I was gonna reapply, but since I'm planning on just going to bed in the next hour or so, I don't think I'm gonna do that. But it just completely came off. But it came off in a really nice way. Like, there are sometimes when you wear a liquid lipstick and when you eat, when things happen, it's still kind of left in the lines of your lips or clinging to certain places or rim around the outside. That didn't happen. I know this would be really easy to layer back on top right now because it wouldn't even be layering. So I like this. This is going to be a new go-to lipstick for me because it's a beautiful color. I really like the formula. It didn't feel like it dried my lips out. It didn't feel like it was difficult to apply. It didn't cling to any dry patches. It lasted really nicely through the day, and when it did go, it went in a way that didn't leave it all looking patchy and gross. My main issue with liquid lipstick is when I feel like it's going to come off when I'm eating or drinking in a way that just makes it look really bad, and that was not happening. It was super comfortable. I think I said that already. Basically, all good. 2 thumbs up. I really liked it. So I'm gonna let intro Melissa hop back in here and finish out this video, but I'm looking forward to getting a lot of uses out of this. So I think it was clear from that first impression day that I really enjoyed this, and my opinion has not changed since then. I think this is a beautiful color. I think the formula is beautiful. The only thing that I would say is that when you first take the wand out, for me at least, it has too much product on it. So if you are using this, I would try to wipe off a little bit of the product so that you don't get too much, because there is a minute, more than a minute of dry down. Oh, the sun's coming out. Because there is some dry down time, I find if I get too much on my lips, there's more of a chance that it's going to move around and move outside the lines before it has a chance to dry down. So just be aware the wand picks up maybe a little bit more product than you need, depending on how much lip you have to cover. But otherwise, I really see going back to this. It really dries down, it doesn't transfer, it looks beautiful, it doesn't feather, it doesn't emphasize dryness. All in all, I really enjoy it, and it makes me want to try more girlactik products. That is everything I have to say about this. I would be really curious to know what you thought of this product, how you think it compares to other liquid lipsticks, and also if you've tried other girlactik products, what you think of them, because I am enjoying the brand so far, and I really loved finding out more about it. Leave all of that in the comments down below. I do try to respond to every comment that I get. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, you can click on my face, which I'll make pop up right here, so you can join me for more of the videos like this one that I will put right here, which is an older video of mine, or maybe not that old, but watch it if you haven't watched it already, and hit that bell button down below if you haven't, so that you get notified when I post. That's everything I want to say for now. Have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!